Hey, good morning, Mark Shepard, cowabunga.com, and today, in my moment of quiet and meditation this morning, and for those of you who may be tuning in somewhere along the line every day, as much as possible, almost every day, I take some time over a really wonderful breakfast that I make and fuel up my mind and my body for the day. And I just I usually read something that's inspiring, something that's challenging to me. And I just then, I push back from the table and finish my cup of coffee and just let my mind kind of open to what comes in. And today, it's strange what comes in. This is what came in. The idea that poverty is actually selfish. Now, I'm not talking about disadvantaged people or whatever. I'm talking about just, if you have resources in your life and that you've had, I don't want to be misunderstood. This is not a condemnation of poor people. It's really just my own work here, okay? And if it applies to you, great. This is not a judgment. Please understand. The thought that came in was poverty is actually selfish. Because money, if you think about it, money comes from giving other people value, all right? Providing value to other people that they're willing to spend their money on, right? So really money is just a measure of value, right? It's like I can take music, I can't go into a store and say, I'll play you a song for that pair of pants or those shoes or this shirt, right? Doesn't work that way. I have to take my music and put it in a form, right? So a CD, a recording, or a concert that people who actually want that thing will pay for. Do you get it? So I take my music, let's say I turn it into a CD. Now that CD I can't take into a store and say, here's a CD for that shirt or that pair of pants or those shoes. Still doesn't work. I have to find someone who wants to buy my CD, right? Who, whatever they're doing in their life force, they've converted into these pieces of paper called money as well, right? So, and if they want what I have, I give them the CD, they give me the piece of paper. Now I can take that piece of paper to a store and buy a shirt or a pair of pants or shoes or whatever I want to buy, right? Does that make sense? So the bottom line is, how do we get more of these pieces of paper, right? If we don't have these pieces of paper, and we want them, we have to solve a problem, right? We have to solve a problem that someone else has. We have to provide a solution for them, right? And they value the solution more than their pieces of paper, so they're willing to trade their pieces of paper for the solution to their problem. Do you see what I mean? It's not about you, it's about them. That's why I mean poverty is selfish. Not that poor people are selfish, more selfish than rich people. That's not what I'm trying to say. All I'm trying to say is, unless you can solve someone else's problem, what value have you created? Therefore, what are they going to give you those pieces of paper for that you can then use to buy other things of value? Do you understand? So the next thing is, you can get money either by solving a problem that someone else has, right? If they want the solution, they give you money, you give them the solution, right? It's a trade. It's a exchange of value. And if you don't have anything to give, that's because you're not solving their problems. You're thinking only about you. Do you get it? That's what I mean. It's selfish. Okay, now 2, you can help someone have more fun, right? You can help someone do something they love to do better, right? You can provide entertainment. You can sell, maybe someone's deep into model trains. That's a hobby. You can sell them model train stuff. If someone's deep into skiing, you can sell them skiing stuff. Deep into golf, you can sell them golf stuff. So something that they're passionate about, and you have a way to make it more fun for them, more enjoyable for them, right? I like that. That's like, again, you're not thinking you're thinking, how can I help them, right? So again, it's in order to be financially successful, we have to get our head out of our own butts. I mean, I'm sorry, people, but, and this is for me as well. This is for everybody. Even the richest person on the planet if they actually stop providing value, in terms of leadership to their company or wisdom in how their money is invested or any of those things, they can lose it pretty fast. And you often see second and third generation wealthy people just losing their money because they never got that money is really a measure of value. What are you doing with your money? If you're just spending it on yourself, you can blow through it pretty fast and you're not ending up changing the world, right? Very well. It's fleeting. The other thing is you can teach someone something valuable. So for example, do you give somebody a fish or do you teach them how to fish, right? Teaching someone how to fish is valuable, and that's why we pay to go to college. We pay for our master's degree or our PhD, or we pay to take an NLP certification class. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. And then for convenience, people will give you pieces of paper if you make something easier for them. And that's maybe a little bit like solving a problem, but it's more like we're all kind of lazy, so I get really busy. And I used to cook for myself 3 meals a day. But lately my practice is growing, my music is growing, all kinds of different things are going on. And I would rather work on, let's say, these videos than, make myself lunch or dinner. So I always make myself own breakfast, but, I will go and if I'm working alone in my office, it's nice to get out. So it's convenient for me to pay someone, $7 to $10 for a meal. Right? They prepare it, I go, I sit down, I eat, they do the dishes, I come back and I get more work done, right? So that's valuable to me. They are providing me something valuable, right? So ultimately money comes to us when we provide something of value to someone else other than ourselves. I mean, that's what came to me this morning, people. Don't shoot the messenger here. And the other thing I wanted to say before I wrap this up, because I want to keep these short as possible. The biggest mistake we make is creating something we want and then thinking other people will want it as well. The idea that, if you build a better mousetrap, the world will beat a path to your door. Well, the problem is there's already a mousetrap that's in, a million gazillion hardware stores, and it's the same one we've been using for 100 years. It works, right? It's elegant. And everybody keeps coming up with better mousetraps. And, maybe they have 2% of the market. But that's a false idea, really. The mousetrap we have is fine. It's working. Come up with something better, which is why, if you'll notice, cell phones are continually improving. Computers are continually getting smaller and more powerful because people want that. Right? It's amazing. It's like you wouldn't say, wow, I just had this idea for a giant computer that would fill a room. Well, sorry. No one wants that. We want small computers that have the same processing power as the computers in the olden days that IBM sold that would fill a room, right? So to think that whatever you created, whatever great idea you had, is actually a great idea is foolish unless you actually do a little research and find out, do people actually want this, right? The other mistake is in creating something that some people would want. That there's a legitimate little pond of hungry fish for what you have, but you don't know where that pond is and you don't know where those people are. That's one of the challenges I have. I write this music. This is music that not everybody is into. It's like not everybody's into opera. Not everybody's into punk rock. Not everybody's into metal. Not everybody's into rap. But the people that are into those things will pay for that music. Do you understand? So the challenge is to actually find those people. Otherwise, if you're... I once did a gig at McDonald's. They had country music week. And this was when I was in high school. And some lady from McDonald's came to my school and said, we're looking for somebody just to play the guitar, in the lobby of McDonald's. Because it's country music week. And I ended up getting the gig. They paid me $100. It was like my first professional gig. And I stood in the lobby of McDonald's and played my songs while these people were waiting for their hamburgers and fries. And it was ridiculous. I was not, It was a good learning experience. Not my market, right? Not my market. Now, if I took my music to a Unity church where people value thoughts are things and that you can change your life with your thoughts, and where they like to sing, well, now I'm in the right place. Do you understand what I'm saying? I have something they value, right? They have something that I value, their ears, right? And their attention, and their own take on the world closely fits mine. So if you have an idea and it is valuable to some people, then you have to find those people and let them know that it's available, right? And if they do want it, and you present it to them in a way that they want to buy it, you give them what you have, they give you money. That's it. So the point I was trying to make today is, if you don't have enough money in your life, consider that you may not be providing enough value or the right kind of value for the people that you are wanting money from. If you want to make more money on a job, how can you make yourself more valuable to your employer, right? If you are self-employed and you want to grow your business, how can you make your services, your products, more valuable to the people who want and need them? All right, so that's it for today. Just think about money. Think about it. It's a strange concept. It's really just our energy through several layers of extraction, through several layers of what is the word where you take, converters, like electrical converters. You have to create, you have electricity, but it's got to go through some converters so that it's the kind of power your equipment or your appliance can actually use, right? So essentially, money is energy, but we have to convert it into something tangible that someone on the other side of the transaction actually wants. This, you may already know this, but for me, I've never been good with money in my life. I've never been good at math, and I'm really challenging myself to understand this stuff and to go, you know what? I kind of get this now. I think this is kind of cool. So today, find a way that you can provide value for other people, and just practice thinking, what do I have? What resources do I have that other people might want access to, or that I can provide that would save them money, save them time, save them hassle, solve a problem, make their life more enjoyable, more fun. So that's it for today. Cowabunga.com. Mark Shepard, over and out, and be prosperous and have a great, awesome, wonderful, magnificent, juicy, delicious day.